Let's move on to Pop Quiz Hot Shot.
All right, here at TTFT, what we do is we like to give you facts. Last season it was big fights, but hey, listen, now it's Pop Quiz Hot Shot. What we're going to talk about is facts from Tropic Thunder, and we got not 5, not 10. If these was all middle fingers, they'd be 10. David, take us away with the top 10 facts.
Number 10, Seriously Funny. The film includes 2 Oscar winners, Matthew McConaughey and Jon Voight, and 4 Oscar nominees, Robert Downey Jr., Nick Nolte, Steve Coogan, and Tom Cruise. Number 9, Thoreau, or
Thoreau.
Co-writer Justin Theroux can be seen during the party scene, reprising his evil DJ character from Zoolander. Number 8, no joke. Robert Downey Jr. was actually nominated for an Academy Award for his role in Tropic Thunder. He lost to Heath Ledger for his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Ironic part about that is they both wore makeup, but one got criticized and one didn't.
I mean, that's because Heath Ledger did his own makeup and it wasn't black.
Well, that's also true.
Number 7, Fuckups. Let's look at the blunders in Tropic Thunder. During one of Les's rampages via the teleconference, his wedding ring disappears and reappears a couple of times. There's a lot of continuity issues in the movie. There's like one example where Jack Black is when Ben Stiller is in the water and they're all on the bank. The last up is there are no pandas in Southeast Asia. Number 6, Booty Sweat. As part of a promotional stunt, the Booty Sweat energy drink seen in the film was actually available for a limited time on Amazon. And bonus fact, that scene was the last thing shot for the movie, filmed early in the morning on Thanksgiving. Number 5, Satan's Alley. For the Satan's Alley trailer, Tobey Maguire came in for his role at the very last minute as a personal favor for Ben Stiller and Robert Downey Jr. His agent told him that they had him for 3 hours and then he was leaving to catch a flight for his next film project. Bonus fact, Robert Downey Jr. and Tobey Maguire also played lovers in 2000's Wonder Boys.
That is very true.
Number 4, Just Cruisin'. Ben Stiller said that Les Grossman is almost entirely the creation of Tom Cruise, who insisted on playing the studio head instead of Tug Speedman's agent, which he was originally approached for. From the dancing to the look of the makeup, he assumed total control over the character. Aside from the more obvious makeup effects on Cruise's face and head and the extra hair on his chest and arms, Cruise also decided to play the character wearing oversized prosthetic hands. And if you want more Les Grossman, find the 2010 MTV Movie Awards and your wish will be granted. He reprised his character for that year's show. Also about Les Grossman, in 2010 it was announced that a spin-off film would be developed centering around Grossman. The script was written, but no updates on it since March of 2012.
And let that be a lesson to you film school students again, that sometimes less is more. No pun intended.
I mean, you specifically don't like sequels or remakes or rehashes. How would you feel about a Les Grossman origin story?
The same way I would feel about a Kramer story that was actually tried by NBC with Kramer, and it did not work. And specifically, here's the crazy part about the executives at NBC asked Kramer to be the same type of character he was in Seinfeld. And to his credit, and it's hard to give a guy that said you niggas was hanging from trees 400 years ago credit, but to his character's credit, as far as an artist, at least he disputed NBC and said, no, I want to do something different, I want to have range. So that's how I feel about it.
Number 3, controversy. It's universally agreed upon that blackface is bad, no, very bad, no. Even Tropic Thunder, which layered the act behind an actor being played by an actor portraying someone in blackface to satirize method actors and the lengths they will go to a role, even Tropic Thunder has received its fair share of criticism, with many still praising Robert Downey Jr.'s performance. Co-star Brandon T. Jackson stated, when I first read the script, I was like, what? Blackface? But when I saw him act, he became a black man. He also mentioned that it was weird because Robert Downey Jr., being a method actor himself, did not break from the character. On the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe pondered to Robert Downey Jr., do you think you could do a role like that now? To which Robert Downey Jr. responded, you could, but would it be a good idea? Speaking of controversy, the film received significant backlash due to its depiction of the mentally handicapped, with the film itself admitting their mistake.
Rather than saying I don't like the world that we live in, I say I miss the world we used to live in. You've heard me say on the show that I miss simple racism, and also what I miss is the world to where PC it was just a computer.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't stand for politically correct. Jesus Christ, can the comics not be comics? Can artists only reflect the time they're living in? How dare you get mad at the people displaying to you what's actually happening before you get mad at the people that are actually doing it. So you. Go, David. Is that good enough?
Be sure to join our Patreon. You can get these episodes totally uncensored.
I'm sorry, that was like one of my best statements ever.
Oh, yeah.
I meant that.
I had nothing further to add.
Thank you.
Number 2, Lazarus didn't lie. So Kirk Lazarus says in the film, "I don't drop character till I've done the DVD commentary." Holding true to that statement, Robert Downey Jr. actually spends the entire commentary in character on the unrated DVD and Blu-ray. Number 1, Origins. Stiller developed the premise for Tropic Thunder back in the late 80s while shooting Empire of the Sun, in which he played a small part. He wanted to make a film based on the actors he knew who, after taking part in boot camps to prepare for war film roles, became self-important and self-involved, appearing to believe they had been part of a real military unit. According to Stiller, Tug Speedman is partially based on a young Sylvester Stallone. It's actually funny that that Tug Speedman is based on Sylvester Stallone, because they call that out in the movie when Tug Speedman is in the river and Osiris coming up to him trying to warm him up so he can take the map from him. He's like, "You look like Stallone, not young Stallone, but Stallone Rambo 2 when he beefed up." And Ben Stiller actually says, "Thanks, man. That's actually what I was going for." He says it right there.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.